One early cloudy morning, my family was going to another trip in the 2019 summer. The clouds made everything look spooky and interesting. I really liked the clouds. We started the car and headed towards the famous city, Indianapolis, where Adam Lambert was born. We drove on the highway for 4 hours to Indianapolis and our hotel. Wasn't that bad, but alright, it was a cool trip driving there. So long we drove there, I wrote the story and listened to music, like Adam Lambert music, Dynasty, a cappella, etc. On the way to Indianapolis, we passed through Michigan, then Ohio. After that, we were in Indiana. Hooray! When we arrived at Indianapolis, we first went to Whole Foods Market for lunch because we were very hungry. I had white rice, cucumber, and kale. We ate lunch and then we drove around the Soldiers and Sailors Monument. I found it very fascinating. It had much style and detail. After that, we went to the state capitol. We went through a check if we had any weapons, which we didn't, and right into the building. I must say that this was a very different looking than the one in Michigan. Don't forget to watch the Lansing video. You went to the center, you could see stone people that meant something like law, justice, freedom, etc. It had so much detail and design. Every corner I went, I saw something I liked. I felt free in this capitol. It had lots of room as there was no railing in the middle of the stairs and 0 of the stairs were on top of each other. We checked out 3 floors. The higher you went, the more light there was, and the more I liked it. There was a buffalo made out of plastic. A little fun fact, did you know that the buffalo is the state animal of Indiana? Back to the story. The look of the lights had colors which made everything look amazing. The Capitol also had a library. The library had lots of books about Indiana law and other states. The books looked really old to me. I felt like I was in the past. There was a table with a pinkish cloth that I really liked and brown chairs that were really comfortable with one pretty light that hung over the table like a bright orange crystal. The library was like a maze to me. As I looked out of the library's window, it started to rain. And as we came out of the building, it stopped raining. Amazing timing for one rainy day. So we came out of the Capitol and we walked all the way to the Soldiers and Sailors Monument and we walked into it. I never knew someone can go into a monument. So we went into the monument and read the sign. It said that if you wanted to take 330 stairs up, that would be for free. But for the elevator, you have to give us some of that cash. You already know what we chose, the stairs. So we climbed the 330 stairs up and voila, a perfect view of Indianapolis. I saw skyscrapers and trees and streets. That was one view. After that, we climbed down 330 stairs. That was an experience. Nobody except of me wanted to buy something. That was 2 decks of playing cards. One was from old times and the other one was playing cards with governors. So we came out of the monument and guess what? It started raining. We ran into the arts garden. Dad checked his phone and said that it's 5:28. He searched through his phone for any museums that were open and guess what? They were all closed except the art museum. But we had not enough time. Keep watching for the art museum. So we decided to go to our hotel and sleep. Good night. Good morning, everyone. I had a nice sleep. But now is the time that my family explores the Coxhall Gardens. It will take us a little bit, but I know that we will make it, which we did. And ta-da! Nature. A nice walk was waiting for us. We saw a fascinating white brick mansion. It was closed so we couldn't go in it. But still, it was cool. From that, we moved on with, I believe, was the backyard, which was about 125 acres big. What a trip for us. There were statues, 2 lakes of blue water, flowers, grass, land, and the playground. The playground was designed to be a tiny city with a bank, stores, jail, and an ABC walking path which me and Annie took. It led us to a dead end, so we turned around and we went back to the tiny city. I forgot to mention this water stream that kids played with. You need to pull a handle and water would come, gushing past the rocks, and on the sand it goes. After that nice nature walk, we drove to the Indianapolis State Museum. At this museum, we saw a cardboard mammoth. It was pretty terrific, I got to say. We saw the old days of Indianapolis like cars, paintings, dishes, coffins, beds, mining, and the Ice Age. In the Ice Age, we went through a plastic version of an Ice Age tunnel. The tunnel had water sounds in a bluish-whitish color to it. We also saw fossilized poop and prehistoric sea creatures and plants. There was a wilderness walkthrough where you could touch furs of an animal and learn about animals. You could press buttons so that the speaker could teach you something. When we got out of the building, we saw the military park. There were many bands playing music. The songs they played were amazing. After that, we went into our car and drove to the front thing, a giant playground. When we arrived at this park, it looked so fun, which it was. It had a giant slide, a spinny thing, but with sitting, lots and lots of climbing stuff, another spinny thing which was slow, a tiny slide, a tiny rock wall, and benches. There was also a river going past the park with a fountain. We made a couple of friends. That was total fun. From there, we took a walk to our car and back to the hotel to sleep. Good night. So we woke up at our hotel, ate breakfast, packed up, and headed out of the hotel. We didn't go home just yet. We still had 3 destinations, and the first one is a calm boat ride. So we took our boat and me and my sister started paddling. Sometimes we switched with our parents because we were tired. It was really hard if you are skinny as a bone like me. After a nice boat trip, we were driving towards the famous racing museum, the Speedway Museum. While we were there, we saw racing cars going around and around the oval racetrack. If you wanted to, you could also race there if you give them some of that cash. It was so loud, I had to plug my ears. Oh my! After that, we walked toward the small museum where race cars were put out to sea. One of the race cars was called the winner's car, obviously. It was shimmering gold, shining in the light. So we walked out of the museum, past the racers, and walked toward our car. I forgot to tell you, it was so hot, I could have roasted myself. Roasted! Haha, that was funny. Now back to the racy story. So we walked to our car and didn't go home just yet. We had one last destination waiting for us, the Museum of Art. Hooray! You made it with us to the Museum of Art I was talking about. How about we play back? Just kidding. It was an unusual art museum because it wasn't boring. It had moving flower lights at the lobby, creative playing area, and learning area about how the painting or furniture was made or what you think of it. There were VR places, but they all broke down, so we'd love to hear how it was in the comments. There was something for everyone. After that, we took a walk in the garden to a playground. But while the trip, we saw an old-fashioned house to check out. There was a nice kitchen living room, plus a car. If you went upstairs, there would be old stuff made out of silver. How beautiful was that? So we took the rest of the long walk towards a gate that said that it would close at 8 o'clock p.m. Since it was already about 6:30 and we still had a long walk back, we decided to turn around. Once we arrived at our car, we ate like hungry beasts. It was time to go home. Siri told us that there was heavy traffic, means it will take us 4.5 hours to get home. We sang and slept. Nothing special, but we had a great time in Indianapolis. We arrived home! Finally, it felt like forever. I needed to brush my teeth. About 5 minutes later, I was finished. Now I may go to sleep. Good night.